Hey, what's going on, everyone? Biggie here for SerpentX Tech. Here for another episode of Caffeine Crypto. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so bear with me here. Definitely going to be a little bit more engaging. You guys running the show, but got some news articles to go over. This is a show called Caffeine Crypto. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and X, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice: coffee, energy drink, tea. If you don't like caffeine, go ahead and grab some water, whatever you drink in the morning. Maybe some AG1 as we go over this week's crypto news. As you can see, Bitcoin is below 100K, sitting right in that 96K range. As we talked about in the last episode or last week's episode, I was expecting more red to come, and that surely did happen, unfortunately. But the altcoins are really taking a hit, right? Bitcoin, as it falls, the altcoins fall harder, and everybody keeps waiting for altcoin season. And it just never came and never happened, as the title suggests of today's show. As far as news items, obviously we're going to do a little bit of charting. Look at what Bitcoin hinges at 93K support, risk 1.3 billion in liquidations. Bitcoin price holds steady. We're still in this range. We are still in this range. Kathy Wood of ARK Invest just delivered incredible news for Bitcoin investors. Kentucky becomes the latest state to propose a Bitcoin strategic reserve, which we got a number of different states, 15 total right now. I'm hoping Florida joins that list soon. Decentralized AI is bigger than Bitcoin. I wouldn't agree with that statement. I do believe that AI and advancements in AI is big. Altcoin season around the corner. Everybody's still waiting for that altcoin season, but it never came so far. Will it ever? We'll see. I have a feeling 2025, even though it's starting off January, again, last episode we talked about how we closed January at 100K, right, which is a positive indicator. February should be a green month. Historically, it should be a green month, but things are different. So what I was saying in that last episode might be wrong. Crypto ETFs are coming. NFPs today's altcoin sentiment in shambles. Kanye West declines to launch a $2 million, or was offered $2 million to launch a token, some meme coin, some token, and instead wants to talk to Brian Armstrong. GPUs from RTX 50 series are already having issues. And, yeah, stock is still crap. But there's been a trickle, an ever so much a trickle of 5090s in the market, which is absolutely just ferocious. Like, I'm wearing the Gamers Nexus disappointment shirt, right? And it's like the 50 series already got their spot on the next year's disappointment shirt from the Gamers Nexus team. So it's disappointing. It's so disappointing that Nvidia, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, you let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section or in the live chat, wherever you're watching. I felt like Nvidia board or people thought about this. Hey, we're going to stop making the 4090 in December, and we're going to get ready solely to focus on the 50 series. So why didn't you prepare to stock? You knew if Trump was elected that the tariffs were coming. You knew there was going to be harder to get supply into the US. You knew if you stopped the 4090 and only had a small, like a couple thousand, really? A couple thousand 5090s for the whole of the United States? Not to mention, what about the rest of the world? Like, you had time. You had time to think about this. But all you're thinking about is your freaking wallet. Fucking Nvidia, bro. Like, just driving me up the wall, man. These businesses, not just Nvidia, just these businesses in general. Anyways, back to crypto. I don't know, man. It's you know, like Cardano's down 5.28%. SU back underneath $3. Right, XMR getting close to 200. Ondo was doing good last week, but then fell off. Like, Chainlink's still below $20. Like, disappointment. Ethereum. Why is Ethereum staying down? Well, again, I'm gonna say this 1,000 times. To participate in the Ethereum ecosystem, to go ahead and grab this meme coin or that meme coin, or participate in this ecosystem, this DApp or this DeFi application, you need to spend Ethereum. The selling pressure, whether it's to participate in new tokens or new ecosystems or different ecosystems or the same ecosystem, cost Ethereum. So there's constant selling pressure of Ethereum in order to play around in these ecosystems. So, of course, when Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum is not going to follow the same trajectory as it did in the past. But you could at least get back to 4K, bro. Like, what are you doing? Bitcoin hit 100K plus, and you couldn't get back to 4K? What are we doing here? So, as you know, or people are familiar with myself, I am like mostly, my portfolio is mostly Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, but it's mostly Bitcoin. No lie. And I feel like that's a safer play because as governments and states kind of legitimize it and want to make a strategic reserve and stuff like that, that it's going to continue to do so. As I get a damn call from a telemarketer. Here, hon. Like they're relentless. Looking at the charts right now, you can see daily wise, this past week was crap, right? We closed out January. Yeah, we were falling the last day of January, but we were on that heart line or that middle section of the Bollinger Bands, expecting to probably go up some more. At least I was. And of course, we fell from the first day of February to this bottom part of this wick outside of the Bollinger Bands, 11%. Not out of the norm, right? This is completely normal. I don't think it's the end of the world. But of course, X and everybody else and their mom panicked. And when people panic, look, we got two Darth Maul wicks right here. When people panic, they sell. Instead, what I told my family, like my mom and my sister, is to you know, hey, put a position in at 96,000 something, 96,005, 96,007, 96,002. And they did. And I showed them how to set these limits. And what I mean by that is whether you're on Cash App, Robinhood, Coinbase, instead of doing market orders, you can set a custom order where you buy at a certain price. And lo and behold, obviously, those things filled. They would have filled today anyways. So it doesn't really matter. We keep hitting this level right here. Look how many times these wicks hit. 96, let's say, let's put a middle line here. So 95.7, or let's say 95.8. We hit it basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 7 if we count the green. So just like resistance, when we're going up and we're hitting this wall, if we hit that wall so many times, we're going to fall down. Well, we're hitting this floor, and there's a chance that we could fall even further. How far can we fall? Well, let's look at that. Let's speculate here. Pure speculation on my part. Let's go a little bit higher. Let's go from the middle section of this Bollinger Band. At least this little hump right here that you can't see. You see this green line that's curving up? That's the middle right here. Or that's where that line ends. So let's go from here and say 15%. You can see that's going to put us back at that blue line, right, on the EMA, right? 15% will put us down at 83K. Again, not out of the realm of impossible. Let's do 10%. 88. All right, let's do 5%. Oh, look at that. We're at the top of this green EMA ribbon. 92, 93 basically, right? So these are all targets that I've set personally for myself to accumulate more Bitcoin, right? Capitulation, accumulation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm just gathering up as much Bitcoin. Not only am I mining it, but I'm gathering as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. And I do sometimes take that Bitcoin. I know the Bitcoin maxis will say, no, what are you doing? And then I'm diversifying that into assets that I believe, yes, altcoin season isn't here. Yes, personally, I'm not gonna lie. I took profits on Ethereum a while ago after CES 2023 when it hit an all-time high, and I missed that all-time high, but I caught it while I was in that $3 range. I took profits on Ethereum when it was back over $1.20 because I knew it was gonna fall again, and here we are at 58 cents. So don't be afraid to take profits. Look at the charts. It's not super hard. We could probably hit 92. We could probably hit 90. We could probably hit 88. We could probably hit 86. We could probably hit 82. because it's not out of the realm of impossible. And if you put positions in there, even if they don't fill, you'd be happy, right? Because Bitcoin didn't fall that far. But if they did fill, then you got more Bitcoin at $10. $10 to spend, not at $10, but you spent $10 to get more Bitcoin. You spent $20 to get more Bitcoin. Dollar cost average, hedge your bets. Bitcoin is going to be here in the long term. It's just right now people are panicking, and do not let that panic soak into you. Moving on to news. Quick shout out to people that stopped by real quick, wherever you are. Franklin Toretto. Is that what I say? Frank 4, good morning. DJ Death Star, J Bohannon, Son of Rabbit, Black Sails, Derez. What's up, Derez? Hope you guys are doing good in the Jellyfish Discord. Automatic Beats. Turtle Tech. Bitcoin lost 100s, losing 90s, going to 80s. Simple. This is how the cookie crumbles. This is not news. And again, like, we're not talking about Bitcoin hitting 3,200 like Black Thursday during COVID. We're talking Bitcoin retracing, right? The fear and greed index at a lower number, not as low as it was prior to we pumping up, to the 100K mark. But there is concern with the tariffs. There are concerns with the interest rates not being cut, but 2 times this entire year. There's concerns about a number of the things that are going on, whether it's the administration, the Federal Reserve, whatever it might be. There's just straight up concerns. And guess what? The stock market isn't doing too great as much people would. Matter of fact, let's go look at that real quick. Stock market today. Wall Street slumps as worries worsen about inflation and tariffs. Dow closes 400 points lower Friday. Stock erases gains after consumer sentiment data. S&P 500 slumps as fresh tariffs, inflation, jitters bite. Like, it's the same across the board. It's not just crypto. And in crypto, Bitcoin specifically, and Ethereum, which have ETFs, right? Again, the same suits that are in the traditional stock market or the traditional finance are in crypto. And if I were them and I had access to capital and I was managing people's funds, you best believe I am shuffling. I am moving things around. Traditional FI to crypto, crypto to traditional FI, just trying to maintain an upward trajectory for my clients' investments. So yeah, things are going to get shuffled, things are going to get moved. But you know who's selling right now? And I hate to say this. You know who the fuck's selling right now? Retail traders. People like you and I are selling right now. And you know who we're selling to? We're selling to the people who are gobbling it up. The central banks, the big shows, the states that are going to try to build a strategic reserve. You're selling into the hands of few from the hands of many. Stop panicking over this small ass dip. It's not rocket science, guys. It's a limited supply. Demand's going to continue to grow. When demand is high and supply is low, what happens? We see it with the 5090 series or the 5000 series. What happens? People are buying GPUs that MSRP for $2,000 for $7,000. People are buying GPUs that MSRP for around $1,000 for $2,000, $1,700, $2,800. It's ridiculous. And it's just going to get even more ridiculous because what did I say last episode? Tax returns are coming. And when people have money, they invest in stupid shit. Right? So your altcoins probably will pump because people are going to start flocking. I can only buy so much Bitcoin at 93,000. I might as well get this coin or Shiba Inu. That's penny stocks or pennies on the dollar. Or Dogecoin was 25 cents. Oh, it hit a high of 70 cents. I can make good money off. Like, they're going to go to those coins instead of going into, unless they're listening, right? Unless they're watching my show or watching one of the content creators that I deem their information is feasible or educational, right? Because you're going to get shilled a lot. There's a lot of shilling going on in crypto. And you're going to be fed. I can't tell you how many times I see tokens I never heard of being shilled so damn hard in my life. Like, you got to push the noise out. Look at the fundamentals, look at the project, look at the development. With Bitcoin, there is no real team that you can just follow. You can follow the Bitcoin maxis and some of the project developers of the old days, But with Ethereum, there's developers. With Chainlink, there's a team. With XRP, there's a company. If you follow those people, you usually can find out, is this something that I want to be a part of or participate in? Do I find any tangible benefit in it? So I'm going to get off my soapbox now so we can read through these damn articles. But Bitcoin hinges on 93K support. And thank you, Crypto Mikkel, for all of those that came on over. 35 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. For the one person on Twitch, appreciate you stopping by. And I can't see who's on X, but thank you anyways. Make sure you hit that little heart button. Bitcoin may experience significant liquidation even if it falls under a key support level that would wipe out 1.3 billion worth of leveraged long positions. Bitcoin's price, which at the time or right now is 95.8, fell below the 100K psychological mark on February 4th this week, after market sentiment was hit by global trade war concerns following new import tariffs announced by US and China. To avoid correction below 90K in the near term, Bitcoin needs a weekly close above 93K support level, according to Ryan Lee. Right now, Saturday, we are above that. We are above that. We're at the bottom of it, but we are above that. So watch for Bitcoin support at 90 and 93K, says one crypto analyst. Dropping below 90K might indicate bearish trends. These levels could shape market sentiment depending on how Bitcoin trades around them. Escalating trade war tensions could increase economic uncertainty, but anyways, which may push Bitcoin below 90K in the short term, despite Bitcoin's status as a hedge against traditional finance volatility. And that's funny, right? Because that's how it's being marketed to people, whether it's the news or whatever platform. And I do believe it is to a degree. But again, the same traders that are in the game on the TradeFi are in the game when it comes to crypto. And if you need to balance the books, I can see why they would move. Like a lot of people, for example, and this is just an example. When Jellyfish Coin first came out, Jellyfish Coin is a Solana meme coin that came out, that Brandon Coin, one of the fellow content creators, and his team came out with. And what we saw is when the markets were fluttering, when the markets were going down, people were flocking to Jellyfish because it was one of the few tokens that were still going up, right? It was still trending up. And it climbed to a high market cap really, really fast. I mean like 500,000, 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million. So people were jumping off of Solana that was dipping into Jellyfish, right? So they can maintain their funds and then back into Solana as Jellyfish started to taper off. And then once that train started to roll out and people were like, okay, Jellyfish is not pumping anymore like we wanted to. Let's get back into Solana. Let's get back into it. Let's look for a new meme coin to jump into so we get this constant upward trajectory. And that's what people are hunting for. When I mean people, I mean like people that are just full out degens, people that don't care about the project, people that just need to make a profit, people that just want to turn money into more money. So when they don't care about the project, they're going to take profits. And sometimes those profits are huge chunks. And then you got the project that goes down, 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 down. But if one coin is doing good, while the rest of the market is doing bad, you can go jump into that, let the market continue to fall, and then jump back, right? So now you're basically, it's like a stable coin, but it's not a stable coin because it's an asset that doesn't classify as a stable coin. It's a meme coin. But a lot of hopscotching, a lot of jumping back and forth. So global trade wars is a double-edged sword for Bitcoin. While macroeconomic uncertainty is generally a red flag for risk assets, the current tension between China and the U.S. may have double-edged sword for Bitcoin, or may be one. While the prospect of new tariffs increase investor uncertainty due to their historically negative market impact, they may only pose a short-term risk for Bitcoin's price. This is a short-term thing. This is not a long-term thing. So to FUD and sell your bag that you may have gotten way back here into the hands of the few and miss out on the opportunity of late 2025, 2026, $125,000 Bitcoin, $150,000 Bitcoin is, in my personal opinion, not thinking ahead enough, not planning for the future enough. Don't worry about what people on X are saying. Don't worry about what people... Now, I understand following people on X, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, because they might find those coins that are going to blow up before the rest of the world does. But if you're going to let their fear into your own heart, into your own mind, into your own soul, you're going to do something irrational and you're going to sell your bags that you held for such a long time. And yeah, you might be up. You could be up quite drastically, and it's okay to take profits. I'm not saying don't take profits. But if you're selling all of your bag that you got at 28,000 because you're up significantly and you're not planning on getting back in, or you're hoping to get back in as Bitcoin dips down even further, I got news for you. That's just as risky as jumping into some of these meme coins that just started up and only have 2 holders. So be careful and stop feeding into the fear, the FOMO, the FUD, that social media and online. Like I just stopped. I just stopped looking online because I'm tired of the negativity, the bashing, and the constant bickering. So I post stuff when I can. Yeah, I bitched even myself, but it was primarily mostly towards Nvidia. So I'm bitching as well. I hopped on social media, but besides that, I'm telling people not to freak out. It's okay. Hang in there. Keep hashing. Keep rocking and rolling. Keep stacking them sats. Because looking at the fees, it's just ridiculous right now. Over something I think is just so small. We only fell 15%. We're still near 100K. We're still above 88K. Like, calm down. It's not the end of the world. Trump's going to have a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. It got delayed. It's scheduled to meet February 11th next week. His top trade advisor, yada, yada, yada. Maybe we'll see some negotiations happen and things like just settle the markets, because it's really the markets that are panicking. I don't think many of you that are watching this right now are really giving a shit or panicking like the rest of the world is. So when I'm speaking about people being fearful and the retail traders selling to the hands of the few, I'm pretty sure it's going to extend beyond the people that watch this channel. Because the people that watch this channel, especially the people that have been around for a long time, know the mentality and the mindset that I bring and that I try to uplift people around me. Still, Bitcoin price is holding steady. I think 95K, 96K is not that big of a deal. We fell from 102 to 96. Whoop-de-ki-yay. All right, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said on X a while ago, or maybe I think earlier this week, crypto is the only place you can lose tens of thousands of dollars and still be okay. Some people would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some people it could be hundreds of dollars. But as long as you got your bag and you're accumulating, not spending your car note, not spending your mortgage payment, not selling your left kidney to get more crypto, but you know, if you got extra cash on the side, your bills are paid and everything's good and you can just continue to DCA, I think you'd be perfectly fine if you held on to it long term. Now, if you're at the end of your, you know, you're getting older, you don't know how much time you have left on this earth, take profits. OG, like, thank you for being a part of the group. I love the fact that 60 and above or 55 and above are into crypto like we are, right? So take profits. Go on that vacation you want. Take the missus out. Take the husband out. Like, I understand it. But for me, my game plan is I don't know how long I can work at the rate that I am working. And I don't know if I'm going to have money when I'm ready to retire. At least the money that I should be getting when I get ready to retire by the government, whether it's Social Security or whatever opportunity it might be. So I am trying to build something to take care of my woman and to take care of my boys. Bitcoin is trading around 97. This is around the article is wrote. So 97K, time reporting, rebounded, dipping down to 95K, which we're currently back at. World's dominant cryptocurrency has gained 0.48% the last day, but remains down 6.5%. The U.S. jobs, here we go. The data marks uncertainty. So the U.S. jobs report from the Department of Labor revealed that 143,000 were added in January, falling short of economists' predictions of 170,000. However, the unemployment rate dropped from 4.1 to 4%, signaling a mixed economic picture. Bitcoin and other risk assets tend to react to labor market data as employment figures can influence Federal Reserve policy decisions on interest rates. A slowdown in hiring could increase speculation about future cuts, which typically benefits Bitcoin by making alternative assets more attractive compared to traditional finance instruments like bonds and savings account. So because of this report, the market is still thinking that we're probably not going to have a rate cut anytime soon, right? But despite Bitcoin's recent chop, trading volume surged 14.65% to 52 billion in the past 24 hours, indicating, and we still got record inflows. We still got regular inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. So it's like we're looking at one thing and we're ignoring all the others, and we're panicking about the one thing. Bitcoin's market capitalization stands at 1.93, so it's below the 2 trillion, maintaining Bitcoin's dominant position in the crypto space. Bitcoin dominance edged up to 60%, right? We've been sitting around, I think, like 51 to 60, and now we're over 60%. Bitcoin liquidations totaled 64.64 million over the past 24 hours, with 34.26 coming from long positions and 30 million coming from shorts. The relative balance liquidation data suggests that both bullish and bearish traders are being caught off guard by the volatility. I would agree with that. And then some of the key support levels to look at is 100K, if we get back to it, 95K, so on and so forth. But I already gave you my numbers, right? We're already at 95, almost 96K, right? And you can see how many times we hit this level, and we could bounce back up. But if we keep hitting this damn wall or this floor, we're going to fall through it. And we're going to be 93, 92, 88, right? There's a lot of buying pressure. If we go back and zoom out, I'm pretty sure, well, we don't have these levels. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at 88, right? You can see this area right here, 88. There's going to be a lot of buying pressure to try to sustain Bitcoin. 86, 82. I mean, to go all the way down here to almost 72K would surprise me. I'm not going to say that 72K is a number that Bitcoin will never hit again. I can't say that. I can't say that with certainty. But some of these legacy lines are there for a reason. Like, I haven't drawn new lines in a long time. To fall down to 68K, 66K, that would surprise the market. Now you got a lot of people that are going to be very, very scared of the market conditions. Retro Mike, thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate you. You can make it rain in pennies too. If you go to the strip club and you get a bunch of quarters and you throw it at the lady, you know what they call that? And don't do this. I'm not saying, I do not condone that behavior. Do not be abusive towards women. But I'm just saying, if you did do that, because it's a joke, it would be called making it hail, not making it rain. Anyways, getting back over here, Kathy Wood of Ark Invest basically said some cool stuff that made everybody a little bit more happy. Bitcoin is still on track to hit a price target of 1.5 million by 2030. Like, Bitcoin's price hit 1.5 billion in 2030. Let's just play around real quick. BTC to USD. All right. Let's say we spent 100. Let's be realistic here. Let's say we spent $5,000 on Bitcoin. Excuse me, $5,000 on Bitcoin. That's 0.052 Bitcoin if we bought it right this second. Now let's times that by Kathy Wood's 2030 prediction, which is a little bit outlandish in my opinion, but whatever. And let's times it by 1.5 million. You just turned $5,000 into $78,000 over 2030. So what, 5 years? That's better than any other performance stock in a 401k, IRA, investment firm number. That's astronomical. So that's why I say it's probably outlandish. So I wouldn't put your hopes in that. I wouldn't be stupid enough to sell your home to risk that. Take out money from your house, refinance, whatever it might be to play that. Do not do that crap. But if you have the funds to where you can accumulate, and even if it's just $20 here, $10 there, you know, if Bitcoin hits $1 million, that's astronomical. I don't think it's going to happen by 2030. But I will say that Bitcoin has surprised me more than once, right? Again, before the halving, right? We were expecting Bitcoin to make a new all-time high after the halving, not before the halving, after the halving. And it certainly surprised us. It took me off guard. I was not expecting that. So Bitcoin can sometimes, just like that, in the blink of an eye, explode or dip. And if you don't have the stomach for that volatility, this is not the game for you. Go ahead and get into S&P 500. Go ahead and get your 2 to 3% annually, and just be safe, right? Just be calm and collected. But if you have a little bit of risk tolerance, which is really what the game is all about, it's all about risk tolerance. What are your risk tolerance? Then that seems, I say a couple $100,000 by 2030. Let's say $250,000 by 2030. I'm thinking 125, 150, just pure speculation on my part. I'm just some guy on the damn internet. Do not trade based upon what the hell I'm saying. But I'm saying 125 to 150,000, late 2025, 2026, and by 2030, a couple 100,000. Whether it's 250,000, 300,000, whatever. And I'm hoping we're gonna have some damn altcoin seasons by that time. Because I don't want Bitcoin to be the only thing. And some of these projects, the projects that, not the ones that I'm invested in, but some of the products themselves have some really cool things that I really want to see come to fruition. But we'll see. Right now, Bitcoin appears to be firing on all cylinders, hitting 100K last year was a landmark event, not just for Bitcoin, but also for the entire crypto industry. That's because Bitcoin accounts for a staggering 60% of the overall total value. There are several key factors sending Bitcoin higher. One factor, of course, is continued integration in the global financial system, which is true, right? Whether it's the states, whether it's the banks, whether it's the centralized entities. Another factor involves the sound fundamentals of Bitcoin blockchain. The fundamentals never change, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the fundamentals are still the same. That has not changed. The total hash rate, which measures how much computing power is being used, is at an all-time high. It continues to make new all-time highs. Bitcoin also has been beneficiary of growing institutional adoption, right? The ETFs. After detailing all the accomplishments of Bitcoin in 2024, Cathie Wood delivers the biggest news. Bitcoin is still on pace for a price of 1.5 million by 2030. To make that a reality, Bitcoin must grow at a compound annual rate, or CAGR, of 58% for the next few years. For most assets, a type of CAGR would be unthinkable, and I do agree with that, right? To go from $5,000 invested today to 78,000, almost 80,000, is unthinkable. That's astronomical. Again, outperforming every single stock investment opportunity out there. So unlikely. What happened with Celsius? What happened with BlockFi? What happened with a lot of these earn programs? They were providing rates that were unthinkable, and people got shammed. So don't fall for it. But not for Bitcoin. Consider Bitcoin delivers returns 122% last year after delivering returns of 150% in 2023. If anything, CAGR of 58% might be underestimating Bitcoin's growth trajectory. And we need to account for Bitcoin's explosiveness is not as profound as it used to be. Every time we have these upticks ups to newer all-time highs, it has not been as strong as in the past. It's lessening, right? The upticks are lessening. So I think as we continue to grow, especially as we see here on screen with Kentucky becoming the latest state to propose Bitcoin reserve bill, as we see states become involved and countries become involved and adopt Bitcoin as strategic reserve, we're going to see those lessen even further. And not saying Bitcoin would become a stable coin, but as Bitcoin becomes a couple 100,000, 500,000, close, 750,000, 1 million in the long term, 2050, 2060, you're going to see it become more stable, not as volatile. The swings up and down won't be as strong or as violent as they used to be. But anyways, Kentucky has become the 16th state to introduce legislation seeking to create a Bitcoin reserve. Introduced by State Representative Theodore Joseph Roberts, the bill titled HB 376 proposed allowing the State Investment Commission to allocate 10% of excess state reserves into cryptocurrency. I wonder how much those reserves are. According to the bill, the digital asset included reserved must have market capitalization exceeding 750 billion and cannot be a stable coin. Okay. Well, Bitcoin does qualify for that. But how much is 10% of the states is it? I don't know what that is. I'd be interested to know how much the state actually has. And you can see the picture here, right? These are the states so far. As the United States, continues to work towards making a crypto strategic reserve, not just a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but a crypto strategic reserve, we'll see even more, like Wyoming's bill was passed. We'll see even more countries and states take it on. This says the same thing. 15 states. Alabama has proposed strategic reserve. Massachusetts, Montana, South Dakota, Texas, so on and so forth. Statistics collected by KuCoin show that 2 states, Arizona and Utah, are the closest towards getting these bills signed into law. As these states move forward with their Bitcoin reserve plans, the national conversation is expected to intensify, while it remains uncertain whether federal adoption will follow. State-led initiatives indicate growing institutional interest in Bitcoin as an economic tool. So once the government, right, the federal government does something and it kind of like signifies to the rest of the country, hey, we're going to do this because we believe in it, because we find it sound and the fundamentals are good. The states are like, oh, well, the government likes it. Let's do it. So what does that mean for Bitcoin, though? Right? Because, aren't some of these, and this is a legit question, aren't most of these, let's go back to the map, aren't most of these, and central banks especially, doing OTC, right? They're doing over-the-counter trades. So we're seeing a lot of inflows in ETFs, but the price no go up. Why no go up? When moon? Well, are they doing OTC? Are they trading amongst each other? Are these person-to-person agreements? Because like I said, you and I could trade right now. If I wanted to buy something, matter of fact, you got a 5090? What's up? I'll pay for it and I'll pay for shipping, but I am not gonna pay hella markup. You could go somewhere with that noise. But the point is that you and I can transact without impacting the market. Not that our little transaction would impact the market anyways, but if we can do it, they can do it, right? So interested to see how all of these states and more that come in, along with the Federal Reserve, strategic reserve, how is that going to actually impact the Bitcoin price? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below or on a Twitter post at me. Decentralized AI opportunity is bigger than Bitcoin. Let's see here. So crypto investment magnate, I don't even know what that word is, Barry Silbert is betting big on decentralized AI, calling it the next big era of crypto that could be bigger than even Bitcoin. In a letter of shareholders to his shareholders of his crypto conglomerate Digital Currency Group, or DCG, Silbert went long on DAI, decentralized AI, the crypto industry's effort to fuse AI inventions with blockchain tech. He believes the tech mashup may pay better dividends for humanity than the closed-off systems being developed by OpenAI and other giants. I agree with that, right? And that's why you see we've been, if you're paying attention to crypto mining, I know a lot of you that are watching right now are mostly traders, but if you pay attention to crypto mining, there's been a lot of proof of work projects that are like Chlor AI, that are incentivizing people to put their GPUs right on a proper server configuration, because you can't mine on the buy 1 slots. You have to, have a buy 8 or higher in order to participate in decent CPUs, and like use their GPUs for rendering or for jobs or for compute or whatever it is. So we can have a decentralized ecosystem that, a paying company, a paying individual, a paying business comes and utilizes it to render this workload or to run this synthesis of this virus to see if we can make a vaccine like we did with folding at home during COVID. I could see huge benefits and potentials for that. But where there's always new technology, there's always somebody that's abusing it. As soon as AI got better and stable diffusion got better, people started doing deep fakes. People started using AI for bad things. People started abusing AI. We're going to have the same thing with the decentralized ecosystem as well. So we got to be careful in how we proceed. We got a quote here from Solbert again. We are moving from digital ownership of an asset to decentralized ownership of intelligence and availability of vast decentralized compute resources. The setup reminded of Solbert of Bitcoin, the best known, blah, 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 blah. We know what Bitcoin is. But instead of money revolution, DAI could herald a power revolution with crypto as the mechanism to distribute ownership and governance over powerful AI models. And I know a lot of people that are running AI models locally. Retro Mike, are you doing one? I know you don't like DeepSeek. I know you were very upset about DeepSeek, but I wouldn't use the cloud. I wouldn't use the app, because then you're just giving or feeding that data to the Chinese. And I understand why people would be upset and be concerned about their privacy, yada, yada, yada. But when you're running things locally and you're in a separate, segregated environment that doesn't have an outside connection to the world, you just got the model, moved it over. I don't see anything wrong with that. Play around. You definitely need some horsepower for it, though. Like to run the 671, you need like 403 gigabytes of memory, so at least 512 gigabytes of memory, like a proper server, which I know some people that do. So, anyways, AI, decentralized AI. What do you guys think about that? I think it's already here. It's just people haven't embraced it like they would other assets, right? Because people just want to see things go up, money go up, chart go up. Like, this is going to require a lot of building, a lot of ethics understanding, because that's the thing about AI, right? Like, you can build an AI, but ethically, is it sound? Is there going to be a problem? Are we going to have issues? If there are issues, how are we going to address it? Like, what are your policies and procedures, right? Like, there's a lot of, you need to think big picture, long term, and encompassing as many variables as possible before you deploy something like this. But we have seen projects already, like AI Deepin, Dynex, Clore, a bunch of them. So we'll see how things shape up. Altcoin season around the corner. Is an altcoin season around the corner? Matter of fact, let's go to CoinMarketCap real quick. And by the way, people that are watching, Red Panda Mining is going to go live after the show, as they always do, around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they got some more giveaways. This is the 6th round of giveaways. They've been doing steady giveaways on their channel. If you don't know who Red Panda is, I suggest hanging tight. My stream will redirect you, if you're on YouTube, to them. Really amazing the amount of hardware people were able to provide and do a giveaway. Companies and organizations and individuals were able to provide Red Panda to do a giveaway. So good job. Hopefully you all win. But you can see right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 60.77%. And if we look at the altcoin season index, oh, it's super low, baby. Like, we were sitting right here, 47, right? Or like high 40s last time we talked, right? And now look at it, 28. It is Bitcoin season. It's not altcoin season. It is Bitcoin season. I mean, December, we had a high, right, of altcoin season. Was that it? Because that only lasted from November to December 8th. Like the end of November to December 8th. Like, that was it? Was that it? We're done? That's what she said. Anyways. The answer is no, but I don't know when it's going to happen. because the market is so much different than it used to be. There's too many variables. There's too many different things going on that I can't tell anybody when altcoin season is expected to happen. And anybody who thinks that they can, it's just talking out of the side of their face because they don't know. But they're going to claim as soon as it happens, oh, I told you. I told you. Guys, just diversify yourself. Understand your risk tolerance. Take profits when you need to take profits, and don't over leverage yourself. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Because I don't know when Ethereum is going to get back to 4K, when XRP is going to be over $4, when Solana is going to be 300. I don't know. I know this altcoin season was really short, and it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. 273 days after the last halving event, altcoin season and cycle seems to be on the horizon. So they're looking for 270 days after the halving, which obviously we are not there yet. So that would put us basically at the end of 2025 into 2026. That's where it will put us. That's what these people are speculating. But I don't know shit. I don't know. Like, straight up, like, it's hard right now to try to be predictive in the market. Yeah, we can go and sit and look at charts all day, right? Let's go look at Solana. But the moment Bitcoin does something that we weren't expecting, the altcoins take a huge hit. I will say that altcoin season never came. I will say that. I don't think this was an altcoin season. That's not an altcoin season. A few days, that's not an altcoin season. It is coming. When is it coming? It might come later this year. But right now, we need to get the economic situation under control. Right? The macroeconomics of the world right now suck. It is not a healthy place for things to blow up, to do good. Whether it's the tariffs, the lack of rate cuts, and when we get a rate cut, expect the market to take off. Maybe that could be the catalyst. When Jerome Powell says we're going to cut rates by 0.25 basis points, boom. Market Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up, Ecourse, succotash. No, of course Bitcoin will go up better or greater than altcoins, but yeah. You're asking for, Clio to tell you the future. You don't know. You don't know. But Binance dominance is over 60%. I think we'll see that for the next few months. I still think February will be a green month. I just don't think it's going to be as robust as it has been in the past. Maybe it could be. Maybe we make a new all-time high at the end of February. But right now, the way the situation looks is not looking too good. We can maintain, we could capitulate, we can move sideways, but as far as like an explosion upwards, I have no idea. I just think when tax money hits people's wallets, they're going to start buying a bunch of altcoins because they are on discounts. Technically, all the altcoins are like super discounted right now. Like if you're looking to gain a lot of some token, this is the perfect time to do it. Like, come on. These are discounts. The problem is most of us, at least retail, don't have the money to buy these coins right now. We're already broke. So we're waiting on those tax returns. We're waiting on debt funds to come in. So is the market going to be down for long? I think tax returns, which start coming in, next week and all the way till April, May, I think we'll see a little bit of an altcoin run up, but not an altcoin season. You know what I mean? Anyways, crypto ETFs are coming. NFTs today's altcoin sentiments in shambles. Same thing. Altcoins are in shambles. I'm not sure what token project reached out to Kanye West, but Kanye West is seemingly looking to get in touch with Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. He made rhetoric about a coin earlier on Friday, raising speculation that whether or not he will launch a token. I think people were believing he was going to launch a token. When people make all that money with a coin, it's okay. all that money with a coin. Is that cash or concept? I guess that's a lyric that they just read. But what is the name of the token? Pumped Out Funds official X account respond to Wes, goading him to launch a token. I was proposed $2 million for a scam community, but what is the token? Just today, David promoted that what he called a shit coin to his sizable social media, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you got to be careful with what you're promoting. Even if they do offer you bukus of money, you got to be careful. Anyways, as we get ready to wrap up and get ready for Red Panda Mining 6th episode of giveaways, I want to know, have you seen this? Let's go to Newegg real quick. The RTX 5090s and 5080s pricing has increased. Like this GPU might have been around 2200. It is now 26, almost 27. Same thing here. This GPU was 2500 and now it's 3000. Same thing with this one, 2200, 23, now it's 28. Zotac still keeping it pretty good, right? That's why a lot of people are flooding to them, as they're keeping their prices low. And matter of fact, I don't have the time to stay in Discord like some of you guys. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys and I thank you guys for your messages, but I don't have the time to sit in Discord all day. And if you're in the Zotac US Discord and being an active participant, you might have a chance to get a Zotac card. I don't have the time. Their prices to me is good, competitive. The Supreme went up to 20. I think it only went up $200 because I think it was 2,500, maybe 24.49, and now it's 27, so 300. So anywhere from $200 to $500 increase on these GPUs. Obviously, because if they're having to ship it in from China, they're getting hit with tariffs, so the tariff costs are already getting passed on to you. So it didn't take long for these prices to increase. But I wonder if the stock is here in the United States and they're just applying the tariff pricing to you, even though they didn't have to ship it from China. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Nvidia or these manufacturers do that shit at all. I would not be surprised whatsoever if they're just, like, everybody's going to raise the prices and be like, oh, the tariffs, sorry, man. Sorry. The tariffs. Like, they're going to blame the tariffs and just make buku money. And look, the 4090s being sold by third-party companies are still like astronomically high, but they're available. Right? I haven't seen much from Best Buy. B&H Photo is doing like it's so hard to get a GPU, and eBay is ridiculous. But I am intrigued. Are you, or any of you, or people that you know, having issues with your 50 series? In summary, what's happening is people are updating their drivers, whatever the drivers available for the 50 series are, and now they're suffering from crashes and black screens. And a few had their cards bricked. I don't know. I haven't had those reports myself. I haven't seen anybody report that to me. But do you know anybody? Did you get a 5090 or 5080 and experiencing that? I just want one 5090. But see, the problem is everybody's saying it. And what's funny is in the group chats, the day of launch, we had this one guy already get a 5090. He's like, no, but I need one for my wife. Why? Why do you need one for your wife? Your wife is not going to care about those frame rates. They're not going to care about the AI tops. They're not going to care about the performance on compute. They're not going to care about that. You're just going to play Cyberpunk, and she's not going to look at the frame rates, and she's not going to give a damn. Like, your ray tracing already works on your 40 series. Like, why do you need two per household? Like, it's one per household, please. Maybe not all households, because there's no reason to upgrade. I don't have a real reason to upgrade. Because I got a 7900 XTX, you know what I mean? But, like, I already did all the testing for the 7900 XTX that I want to compare against the 50 series. So I'm going to do it. I got a 9800 X3D I want a 5090 so I can pair with it. But if I can't get it close to MSRP or at MSRP, then there's no point. I sat out the 4090. I remember I did a 4090 video and then I let it go. I sold it because I'm just like, this is 4 years of shit. The 20 series was crap, so I stayed with the 10 series. I still got my 1080 Ti and I love that thing. The 30 series, really good cards, especially for crypto mining. A lot of people upgraded to them. I like the 30 series, so I stayed with that. But that was crap launch because you couldn't get shit anyways. The crypto boom, the altcoin boom, can't find cards. 3060 Ti selling for $1,200. Like, what are we doing? 40 series. Launch was bad. It was kind of meh. It was an uplift. I believe the best card was, what, the 4070 Ti or the 4080? You let me know. There were a few good cards from each generation, I will say that. And then now the 50 series. It's like 4 generations of releases, Nvidia, and you couldn't get shit right. Why? So, yeah. It's crap. But hopefully Nvidia is coming out with improved drivers. I'm not sure what the latest release is, but I think the drivers that were already released are what's causing the issues. So let's see, 50 series. See, 5090D, I think it's actually mostly in the Chinese market, by the way, that's having these issues. I don't think there's anybody in the US, and it's the 5090, like, Chinese version, not the US version. But let's go ahead and start search and see what the drivers are. Yeah, January 30th, 2025. So it's the same driver. So hopefully they're going to make some optimizations, and there's going to be a new driver that you can download to not brick if you are, in fact, experiencing black screens, flutter, stutter, whatever it might be on your screen. Hopefully they fix that. But, all right. Red Panda Mining is going to go live here shortly. Let me go ahead and move this over. Just to recap, don't panic. Don't freak out. Everything will be okay. I promise you. Hang tight. Be nice to one another. And things, guys, just play the long game. Just play the long game. It will be okay. All right, so let's check out chat. Max is saying a lot of stuff here. You guys are talking to each other? Okay. Tax changes. All right, you guys are talking to each other. Altcoin season will come when people feel BTC is overvalued short term but undervalued long term. Okay. Max is saying that February would be another down month. Let's go back to trading view. Now remember, historically February is a green month, but there is a lot of variables. Because Max was not here. There's a lot of variables this time around, historically, that are different. But yeah, normally February is a green month. Let's switch over to the monthly. Yeah, so we're already big red. We're already big red. I don't mean Kansas City Chiefs. By the way, who are you guys going for? Eagles or Chiefs? Neither? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah. So February's big red. We did have successive green, though. So it's okay if we capitulate sideways, and then we have like a green March, a green April, a green May. Again, being, you know, helped out by taxes. But right now, to wipe this candle out, to turn this candle into a green candle, we would have to do a lot, man. And look at this, the top of this Bollinger Band. You see how it crossed perfectly on top of that green candle right here? So let's go up from here. And let's say the top of that, we would have to rise 4.5% to 107, 108K to reach that or to hit that. And that would turn us green, but it won't be like super duper cool. Like, I know people want to explode to 125, 150, but I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, what else we got? Anything at me? Everybody's talking to each other. Yeah, everybody's talking. Wow, you guys are talking to storm to each other. Doge moving into IRS. You mean the Department of government efficiency, or like Dogecoin. Remember the refs select to win so Taylor Swift? Wow. Wow. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Red Panda just woke up. Oh my god. He always wakes up late. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is. It isn't going to happen. That we still have income tax 1 year from today. All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but let's talk football. So Eagles and Chiefs. Eagles, but Chiefs will win probably. Yeah, probably the Chiefs. Max is called Vegas. So, anyways, you guys are talking, I believe, about maybe some taxes, income tax, the state of the financial system, White House, negotiation exemptions for made in USA. You know, they do actually. A lot of products that are made in the USA don't seem to get the perks of not made in the USA. Like, and there's some companies that have been building in the USA for a long time, and it's just economically unfeasible to build in the US. You know, whether it's federal federal tax, state tax, whatever it might be, it's just, it makes it harder for companies to do good here in the United States and build here in the United States when it's cheaper to do it somewhere else. So if we bring back some incentives, and I mean, like the CHIPS Act, we're still not seeing the benefit of that. I am happy that TSMC should be up and running, not fully operational, but should be up and running soon. Intel, Pat Gensler is out, but will we see anything from that giant plant, both plants in Arizona? I'm concerned about the resources, not only the power resources in Arizona, but the water resources in Arizona. You built two giant plants that are not 100% self-efficient yet in Arizona, a desert where the population needs water. So I hope they manage it well. I hope there's not a big drought that impacts them, because we saw what happened when drought started to impact, that southwest area, and that everything, the market can start pumping out chips and doing great things. We'll see how things go, pretty much. But yeah, anyways, Red Panda Mining should be going live here shortly, doing the 6 giveaway. And I want to thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Whether you're on Twitch, X, or YouTube, I do this show every Saturday around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just started streaming to Twitch, but I've been streaming to X. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure you get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date. So let's check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And you just have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.